my channel, Conversations with Yosa, and tame your mind, your body, and your money. So, my goodness, I love 2025 is up to a fantastic start, right? So let's really kick it up a notch, right? Let us arm ourselves with nuggets, with useful tips, insights, where we can really, use it to really propel our progress, forward, our money, making money, and just our general overall well-being. So today I'm going to be talking about change agent extraordinaire, right? And it's a system we know all too well. Those of you who grew up in Nigeria or you're Nigerians and you've heard about this, right? It's the largest venture capital system in the world. The largest, bar none, right? And these group of people have really taken, when you say let's pay it forward, when you say talking about, lifting others as we climb, these set of people, right? These guys have taken it to the nth degree, and it's really worth emulating. And I'm sure you're probably thinking, how is it the largest venture capital system in the world? How really is it larger than this? It is. Let me tell you. So it's called the Igbo apprenticeship system. So we know the Igbos. The Igbos are one of the three major tribes in Nigeria, right? So you have the Yorubas, you've got the Igbos, and then you've got the Hausa. So let's talk about the Igbos. And what do I mean about the apprenticeship system? So I'm just going to paint it. Let me just paint a picture based on, to the best of my knowledge and understanding. I did some research, okay? So let's just take an Igbo trader, right? And they're typically traders. So when you go to the east, when you go to Inenwe, they are well known for you just see the rows of shops, and they are well known for their spare parts, trading, spare parts dealerships and all of that, right? Same thing in Lagos. You go to some specialty markets in Lagos, maybe 𝐷𝐸𝐿, maybe, Alade. You name it, right? You see them as well. So what do they do that is worth emulating and that it's worth me talking about today? And their system has been featured all over the world. I know of some prominent folks who've featured them. So what they do is take a guy, right? So let me just take myself, right? So take myself, I set up a shop, right? Selling spare parts or selling TVs, electronics, whatever it is, right? I'm selling goods. And so what I do is I go and reach out to, maybe either I go to my village or I have a relative or I know someone who knows someone, right? Who's got a young, promising boy. And when I say typically teenagers, sometimes they may even be quite young, maybe 9, 10 years old, but sometimes they're teenagers, right? So either early teens or even mid-teens, right? So I go to my village and I take up this guy from his family. And what I promise them is, okay, you know what? This guy I'm going to bring into my shop, into my own family, right? I'm going to take care of him, but he's going to work for me as an apprentice. And he's going to work in my business. And part of what I'm going to do is, as he's working for me, I am teaching him the art of the business, right? How I do business, how money works, how, I source my goods, how I sell them, how I interact with customers, just for that, how I grow my business, right? So I'm teaching him. It's sort of like a mentorship, type deal with apprenticeship. So I'm teaching him, he's learning the ropes. Now he may be with me for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. It's typically about 7 years, but anyways, but sometimes some of them get off, they have a 5-year contract, sometimes 10, but let's just say on average 7 years. So it's a 7-year contract. And in that time, right? So he's living with me. So I'm not really paying him much. In short, I may not pay him anything, but he is living with me. So I'm housing him, I'm feeding him, right? I'm clothing him, and all of that. And then he's working for me as an apprentice and learning all the knowledge. But guess what? Once his contract is up, so take it at the end of 7 years, right? As part of that contract being up, right now he is, so think about it, if I took someone who was 15 years old and it's a 7-year contract, now he's 22 years old, so now he's a man, he's on his own. He has been with me for 7 years, he's learned the ropes. On his contract expiration, what I then do is I pay him, I give him 2 years worth of capital, right? I set him up, so I may go open a shop for him and pay 2 years worth of rent on that shop. Give him startup capital when he needs to use it to go buy his own goods and to sell. And because he has learned the ropes from me, he pretty much will just go and replicate it in his shop. So I set him up, right? I pay him, I give him a lump sum for him to go buy like inventory and all of that. I take out a shop for him, I go rent a shop and pay 2 years, 1 to 2 years upfront. Typically, these ogas, right, can be quite generous. So they pay 2 years worth of rent. So that sets him up. You don't have to like be thinking, the guy doesn't have to be thinking about, oh, rent, oh my goodness, do you understand, for the first 2 years, right? He already has like seed capital to go get his inventory, right? And then he starts his own business and then he runs with it, right? But I continue to be his mentor. So obviously, if he has questions along the way or anything comes up, he comes to me because I'm right there. Guess what? I may be right next to him or maybe in the other street. Do you understand? We're around. And guess what? He pays it forward. He does the exact same thing, right? He goes and finds an apprentice, someone just like he did, just like I did with him. He does the same thing with like someone else, right? And you can kind of see how just paying forward. And sometimes they don't just take the one apprentice, they may have like 2 apprentices, right? If you're a big shop owner, like a big businessman, you may even have 3 to 5, right? And think about it. So if let's say I have 3 to 5, and those 5 I now set them up, and then they go ahead and have their own 1 to 2, or even 3 to 5, right? Or no, let me say 1 to 2, because if you're starting up, you're not too big yet. Let's just say 1 to 2, right? And then you do that and do that. And paying it forward, lifting, this is the epitome of lifting one another as we climb, paying it forward. It is fantastic. It's such, and they're the only ones for some reason who have managed, right, to really cultivate this and just really take it to the next level. This is next level things. I have never seen anything like this before. And if you go, I mean guys, if you go to the east, you would just be seeing the riches, the wealth in that area, and it's because everyone, the mantra of, I just don't want to be rich by myself, right? I want my whole community to be rich, and this is one of the ways to do it. And they bring one another together. I really like it. So let me bring it down. How can we bring it down to our level here? Because obviously I'm not a rich Igbo trader, I don't know that. But how can we do it in our own little way, right? By not being a gatekeeper. Who's a gatekeeper? A gatekeeper is someone who just like hoards information. You don't want to share information. You don't want to share. Maybe someone comes to you and like, 𝐷𝐸𝐿, oh my goodness, I see the way you are. Wow, you're really doing well in this consulting business, or like you're really, please come and show me the ropes. Or this is your side gig, now wow, like I see you're really, come and show me and then I'll be hoarding information, or maybe I'll be like dodging my friend, or dodging, the not having a discussion, or just not being forthcoming with information. It's like, why do some of us do that though? Like, I've never understood it. I can never fathom it. There is enough money to go around. You cannot make all of the money by yourself. There are trillions and trillions of dollars to be made. It cannot just, so why not share the information? Like, no one is coming to cannibalize. So the fact that I share how maybe I make money from my side gig or whatever, will that prevent, and I share with my friend, will that prevent me from making money? I don't understand how. So don't be gatekeepers, right? Any opportunity you see to help provide resources to someone who's seeking it, right? It's one thing to provide unsolicited, information or advice. I mean, sometimes that's not valued, right? But if someone comes to you and just says, oh my goodness, I see how you're doing this, wow, I would like to do that, how can I share the information? Like, what will it hurt to share it? I don't understand. So that's how, in my mind, that's how we can do this as well. Don't be a gatekeeper, right? Lift one another as we climb. Lift one another as we climb. I don't know about you or me. I'm in a situation where my family and friends, people that are around me, right, we are all doing well. Because if it's time for like maybe my 50th birthday and I tell my friends and all the family, I'm like, look, I'm having this birthday party in Singapore or in Bali. Everyone should be able to just say, oh yes, just let us know when and we'll buy the ticket, we're there. No one should be saying, wait, I need to take time off. Oh yeah, I don't have the money, or like that's not what I want. I want everyone to be empowered around me, to where if we need to do something, everyone can do it without batting an eyelid, without even thinking twice about it. That is prosperity amongst your circle. So if there isn't that free flow of information, then what are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? So guys, let's be change agents extraordinary. You see how the Igbos do it? The apprenticeship system? I'm emulating that already, It's the way to go. It is the way to go to really empower and enrich the community, our surroundings, our our environment, right? Our families, our friends, everyone is lifted up. We can do this. Okay? All right? I hope you enjoyed. So I think this one's kind of like, it's mindset, but it's also money, but it's a mindset. It starts from the mind. Don't have that hoarding mentality, gatekeeper mentality. You're not a gatekeeper, you're not a gate man or gate woman. Do you understand? Don't be that. Okay? Let's be change agents. Let's be change agents extraordinaire. Okay? Until the next time, you stay safe and have a super sparkly one. I'll see you next time. Bye now.